All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start recording some videos that will go over some of the things we learned in class. I wanted to start with multiplication and division. I figured addition and subtraction, our class was doing just fine on that. But people have been out. People have been asking me just to get a little bit more help. So I figured these short videos just could be a good resource to use, something to refer back to when you are trying to practice at home for any upcoming assessments we may have. So let's start off. Let's start off with multiplication. So we've been into multiplication now for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I know you guys have seen it before, so I figured for most of you it was going to be more of a review. But so one of the first things I want to go into with multiplication is going to be aligning our numbers the proper way. So yes, I have my whiteboard like we always do, and I found my purple marker, so it's good. So we want to make sure that we're always aligning our numbers based on their place values. Okay, so the ones are going to line up, and then we're going to move to the left from there. So when doing multiplication, the first thing you're going to do is start with the ones column with the on the bottom row. So 5. So in essence, we're taking this top number. Let's try to do this backwards. 2,293, and we're starting out by multiplying it by 5. And we're just going to go one by one. So 3 times 5, then 9 times 5, then 2 times 5, and 2 times 5 again. So 3 times 5, it gives us 15. What we do is the 5 gets written down below the line in the ones column, and the 1 gets carried over the tens column. Now, it's not going to change our math just yet. We still do 5 times 9, which is 45, but then we add in that 1. There was some confusion about that during our last quiz, so I wanted to clarify. We cannot add this 1 in early. We can only add it in after we've already multiplied. So, like I said, 9 times 5 gives us 45, plus 1 is 46. And we're going to follow the same process, the same steps. The 6 gets written below. This time now it's in the tens column, and the 4 gets carried over. We then have 5 times 2, which most of you all know is 10, and we add 4 into that, giving us 14. So the 4 gets written in the hundreds column. 1 gets carried over. 2 times 5 gives us 10, plus 1 is 11. So we call that partial product 1. So partial product 1 for this question is 11,465. All right, now we want to make sure we're setting ourselves up for success. Sorry, it's early in the morning. So some things we may want to do. I'd recommend just putting a little cross through that 5. That way you don't get confused. We're no longer looking at that 5 anymore. I'd also say erase the numbers that you carried over. If you're working with pen and paper, I would say just cross them out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and erase some stuff so we don't get confused. Cross out that 5, and there you go. So now we're set up like this. Now, we've already done 2,293 times 5. In essence, what we're going to do is 2,293 times 40. That's why we have to start with a 0 in the ones column of partial product number 2. And from there, we follow the same steps. It'll be 4 times 3, 4 times 9, 4 times 2, and 4 times 2 again. So 4 times 3 gives us 12. The 2 goes into the tens column down low, and the 1 gets carried over, but it stays in the tens column. Hi.
Hello.
Sorry about that. Someone photobombed me in the middle of my video. So, just to go over that again, we did 4 times 3. The 2 gets put in the tens column here, partial product number 2. However, that 1 still carries up just right in the tens column still. So those first few numbers it's gonna feel a little weird, not carrying things over all the way. But the reason we're doing it is because we've only done 4 times 3. Now we need to do 4 times 9. So 4 times 9 gives us 36, and again we're gonna add in that 1, giving us 37. So our 7 goes down into the hundreds column of partial product 2. The 3 gets carried over, and now we have 2 times 4, giving us 8. Add in 3 to that, gives us 11. And that leaves us with 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So now we have 2,293 times 45. Partial product 1 gave us 11,465, and partial product 2 gives us 91,720. Once we have those two done, all we have to do now is just add these like we normally would do any kind of addition problem. So we're going to add straight down based on the place value. So we'll start in the ones column. 5 plus 0 is 5. Sorry, my marker's dying. 6 plus 2 is 8. 4 plus 7 is 11. So the 1 stays down here. We bring the other 1 over, carry it over. Gives us 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's 3. And 9 plus 1 is 10. Make sure our commas are in the correct place. Remember, we put a comma after every three numbers. So that gives us 103,185. Checking my notes over here. Yep, so that is correct. We did it well done. Did a good job right there. All right. Next one we're going to do will be a division problem. I'll make a new video for that. I'll put together, if you guys need more videos like this, just going over other basic multiplication problems, let me know. I'm happy to help. A couple of things I do want to say, and I'm sure I'll say them in class again. So we always want to make sure that we're dropping this 0 down when we're doing multiplication, okay? When we have 2-digit multiplication. Because again, in essence, we were doing 2,293 times 5, and then we were doing 2,293 times 40. Let's just say we had a 145 right there. We would have been doing 2,293 times 100, meaning that partial product 3, we would have to start out with 2 zeros there. So make sure you're adding in your zeros. I saw a few of those instances on the quizzes where the math that was being done was technically correct, except for the fact that you were missing zeros at the end. It was not because you did poor math, because you just weren't following the rules and bringing the zeros down. So make sure that should be something that we always think about when we're trying to do multiplication by hand, is understand how many place values are we going to see in that bottom number, and then make sure those are being added into their to the proper partial products. All right, I will see you all in class.